on the 11th of April 2023. Madam Speaker, this motion is after very good work that has been done by our Procedures and Rules Committee, chaired by the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker. They sat down and considered various amendments that had been proposed to the standing orders, including amendments that had been proposed by some members of the minority side, Madam Speaker. The committee deliberated on the matters that had been brought before it, listened to the wisdom of those who had proposed the amendments, Madam Speaker, and proceeded to make a conclusion. I am hereby, Madam Speaker, requesting the House that we do agree with the proposal that is being made by the Procedures and Rules Committee to allow the amendments as have been proposed. This is a beautiful amendment, Madam Speaker, because I know for a fact our colleagues in the National Assembly considered similar amendments, and as we speak today, have made it possible that beginning of next week, Cabinet Secretaries will be allowed into the plenary of the National Assembly to respond to topical issues and matters affecting citizens directly, as opposed, Madam Speaker, to the only available platform where members sometimes have got to wait. You make a statement, request a committee, the committee goes and deliberates on the matter. Sometimes you as a senator that has made that request on behalf of your constituents is not even allowed to appear before that particular committee. This is an additional mechanism, Madam Speaker, for senators to avail themselves in this House every Wednesday at 10 to 12 and invite cabinet secretaries who have questions to answer before this House, Madam Speaker, to sit at the designated place where it will be determined as per the rules of the Speaker and respond to questions and even subsidiary questions that are being raised by members of the Senate, Madam Speaker. I do not see how that, Madam Speaker, infringes on, Madam Speaker, the rights of members of this Senate who feel, for one reason or the other, that they do not want cabinet members to come to this House to respond. In fact, to the best of my knowledge, Madam Speaker, this is enhancing the practice of democracy. This is accountability at very high level, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'd wish to challenge my colleagues on the minority side who have a problem with this to perhaps consult with their colleagues on the minority side from the National Assembly who chose to agree with this report, such that if today we do not agree with what our Procedure and Rules Committee will be telling us. Can you imagine a situation, Madam Speaker, where you will find...
Senator Sifuna, the point of order will come after he finishes moving the motion. Let him finish moving the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Let him finish, you respond. I'll give you a chance.
I don't know.
I'll give you a chance. I don't know,
Madam Speaker, why the minority side feels fidgety about this particular issue. How this House resolves matters, Madam Speaker, is how this House resolves matters is when you have a matter. You will have the opportunity to speak. They will choose otherwise. If they do not agree, I'm sure they will speak via their vote, Madam Speaker. Therefore, Madam Speaker, the second amendment, you remember that for 3 weeks, this House could not move because of squabbles and fights on the leadership in the minority side. We have now made, I will ignore the hecklers, Madam Speaker, and proceed with my speech. Because, Madam Speaker, for 3 good weeks, squabbles in the minority side.
Majority leader.
If you heckle,
continue, use the parliamentary language. Minority side, let's have order once again.
I will use parliamentary language on people who behave in a parliamentary way. If you heckle, I will refer to you as a heckler. That's what you are. That's what you are.
Honorable senators.
Madam Speaker, this is a point. 3 weeks ago, we could not make progress in this House because of squabbles in the leadership of the minority side. We have, Madam Speaker, I will ignore that there is somebody heckling in the House and continue. Madam Speaker, for 3 good weeks, we couldn't make progress. Part of what the Procedures and Rules Committee has recommended is that now, once your good office is furnished, with a letter either from the majority leader minority leader, majority whip, minority whip, on leadership on their side of any matter. Within